Continuing our Buck Rogers trek through these cards. So the movie, I forgot what it's called again. The Awakening, the Buck Rogers movie, the pilot episode, whatever you want to call it, begins with I can't even discuss the way it begins without talking about the series opening itself, which takes place in the year 1987, which is odd because in 1987 there were no space missions because everyone was picking up the pieces after Challenger. So that's, there's your convergence factor right there. A great opening to every episode of Buck Rogers, at least the first season. I love it so much with the, and I'm sure I think the Family Guy did a riff off this, like they did a riff off everything, but a true joy to behold. Not so much in the movie. You don't have that opening. You have the theme tune, but it has lyrics. It's the movie version. Tough opening. If you want to know more, you can look up the original soundtrack to Buck Rogers right here. There it is. Look at that. How about that? Picked up this record not too long ago. It was still sealed, so I was the first to open this up, and not the greatest soundtrack in the world. Not available on the CD, but there it is. And it has the opening. The Buck Rogers theme tune is called Suspension, and the lyrics are they're not very deep. Far beyond the world I know, far beyond something. Who am I? Where am I? What do I know? It's all over the place. But a fun tune nonetheless as I jam the record back in. So there's Suspended in Space. And we should have a year. The year is 1987. And the last of NASA launches the last of its deep space probes. There he is, Captain William Buck Rogers, into a bizarre encounter with the galactic unknown. All right, so what happens next? Here we get to learn who Buck Rogers is, according to the cards that came out before the series or the movie itself. So the fun thing about the early cards is that not everything's quite set yet. So there's Gil Gerard in all his 70s glory. He grumbles. I like the humor in the first season. I guess Gil Gerard did not. I don't know what he was thinking he was doing. But without that humor, you don't really have much of a show. Because the tone was set to be what it was. And that must be embraced like we embrace so many things. So there is the Lost Space Shuttle card right there. He's not frozen yet. He's about to. Now, in the I'm starting to reread the Armageddon book, and of course it's not whatever year I said last time, but I still cannot remember the year. So there I am. So there's Buck right there. I'll talk more about that after Armageddon. This is $24.99. I don't know. And here's the shuttle, just drifting in space. It's not much of a shuttle. The Lost Space Shuttle. There we go. It's 2419. Armageddon 2419 is the original title of that original story. I have Wikipedia opened up over here. Not my usual go-to guide, but there it is. Also, another shout out to this book. Fine book. Go read it. So anyway, there's the spaceship. The cards are not giving me much. There's really not a lot going on in this episode. I don't think I'll be successful in doing an overview of the episode with all these cards, but there we have it. And finally, this is the lasting image that you see in the opening credits every week, the frozen Buck Rogers. Now, in its various incarnations, which really are only like 2 or 3 if you count the novels, I haven't been exposed to all the incarnations. Honestly, Armageddon 2419, not a memorable read. I don't recall much of anything in it. I'll have to read it again, as painful as it might be. But here we go, suspended frozen animation here. Now, I think in the Buster Crab, I just want to say Buster Keaton. In the Buster Crab serial, it's just like gases freeze Buck, and Buck had a little companion as one did in the 30s. He had his own Robin. I can't remember what his name was, but he got frozen with Buck. But that is the Buster Crabbe cereal. Cereal. Not cereal, not, you know. And there it is. So that is the beginning of Buck Rogers. That's how we find them. And next round, that's when the action happens. That's when the Draconians come and pick up Buck. But right now, this is where we leave him after the last of NASA's deep space probes gets frozen in time.